Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
It's that time again. Welcome to the podcast. It's episode 222 of the best bits of the Atom Radio Breakfast Show, and this is Mark Denholm in advance. Cheers for your ears and happy bank holiday weekend as well, given this comes out on Saturday the 27th of May, ahead of the bank holiday for the spring. On the way this week, we've got luck. We've got short-changing songs. We found a lady who found a very cheap day out, and we discussed the most unusual Zoom calls ever. Speaking of bank holidays, which it is on Monday, better bank holidays. An expert who may not be an expert. We talked Wi-Fi. We talked about a TikTok utter moron and signing things.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Has happened, you know, on The Chase, and this has gone incredibly viral. A question was given on The Chase. The contestant had no clue what the answer was, so said pass, before Bradley Walsh then revealed the answer actually was correct. It was actually pass. It has happened. Pass being an answer. And this guy had absolutely no clue whatsoever. Just said pass, hoping to move on to the next question before Bradley Walsh then said correct.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Atom Radio at 8:23 morning then. Welcome to Monday. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. That is all. Now, last week I needed to drop a song, and I thought it may as well be that one because they couldn't be bothered to even make it to 3 minutes with the song. It is literally 127 seconds long, that song. And I swear back in the day, like, that would be a verse. It's so short. What happened to the Kaiser Chiefs? Is it because Ricky Wilson's busy on drive time now on another radio station? He thought, well, we'll just do short songs and then we can make our concert shorter and I won't have to stay up as late. I don't know.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
6:15 morning then. Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Do you know, stats show 4.8 billion people own mobile phones, whereas only 4.2 billion people own a toothbrush. And I thought that's shocking, but then I sat and I thought about it. Does the 4.8 billion include those who own, say, a personal phone and a drug dealing phone, or a personal phone and a affair phone? Does it include those? Probably it does, and then the stats probably balance out.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
A lady has flown to Spain for a day out, and it cost her 30 quid. She said she did it because it was cheaper than a day out in the UK. She spent less on it, and she could go to work the day before, go to Spain on her day out, come home, and then go to work the next day. All that for 30 quid. Yes, therefore it probably is easier and cheaper to go to Spain for a day out than it is to have one in the UK.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Let's find out how the top 5 of things that have been unusual and happened in Zoom calls stack up for this week. At number 5, a hacked meeting. At number 4, wearing no trousers, forgetting and standing up on camera. At number 3, doing the washing and hanging your partner's undies in the background of your Zoom meeting. At number 2, when your wife goes to the loo but forgets to shut the door and can be seen on camera. And the number 1 of unusual things that have happened in Zoom meetings, when your flatmates are having noisy happy time in the room next door.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Happy joy as the weekend gets even closer. And not just any old weekend, but it is a bank holiday weekend. Remember, incoming this weekend, not 2 but 3 days off. And surely that's going to be something exciting to look forward to as we start off Wednesday. The fact that we are now just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday away from a 3-day weekend. Although on the downside, it is the last one before August. And I genuinely still think, and I said this before, they need to space them out better. You've got the New Year's Day holiday in January, then you've got April, usually April, which is Good Friday and Easter Monday. That's 2. In May, you've got 2, although 3 this year with the bonus one. And then you have to wait till August. Then you've got December, Christmas Day and Boxing Day. They need to split them out a bit more, don't they? If we're only going to have that many, they should really make sure that they last throughout the year rather than bundling them all together like that. That's just my humble opinion anyway, and it's what I think, and it is my show, therefore I shall air my humble opinion if you don't mind.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Kind of done this before, but we're going to do it again. A dating expert reveals why you are still single, and this includes you haven't met enough people, you're prioritizing everything except dating, and she says that you should look at dating as a career, you're wasting time holding on to the past, you fear rejection, are her top tips in identifying why it is that you're still single. However, one thing I want to pick up from this is the dating expert, whose name is Anna Kai. She's been on more than 200 first dates. Well, clearly, she's not that expert at it, is she? If she's failed at least 200 times, is she that much an expert at it? I would question. I don't know. I don't know whether the fact that you've been on over 200 first dates makes you an expert because you've done a load of them, or whether having to go on over 200 first dates before finally finding the perfect man means that you're actually no good at it at all, and just by sheer luck, after 200 dates, you managed to luck out. I don't know.
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast Podcast.
A man on the rampage headbutted a rail station worker and bit a chunk out of a police radio. He actually chomped that hard through the radio, it left internal wires from the radio hanging from his mouth. I reckon we need Sir Cliff Richard. That man is definitely wired for sound.
This is Mark Denham.
At breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Beware, if you are a train commuter and you use the free Wi-Fi on the trains, it may be being culled off. The government has told the train operators to provide simply the best value for money service, and it's said that Wi-Fi is low down the list of customers' priorities who just want a reliable service at a good price, and they're not really bothered about the Wi-Fi. However, therefore, the train companies are now thinking, well, we could get rid of the cost of the Wi-Fi, and then that's a saving. Therefore, if you are a long-distance commuter and you do use the Wi-Fi, you may very well find that you have to up your own mobile data allowance to cover for the fact that train journeys will no longer give free Wi-Fi. Today, I'd like to know, though, the best password ever, if you've asked somebody for their Wi-Fi password, or if you're not quite that brave and you've just done a scan of the Wi-Fi networks, the best Wi-Fi network name that you've ever come across. On air at atomradio.co.uk is how you get in touch on any given day, including today. Morning, Rob, and happy Thursday to you. Rob says, when I was in college doing my A-levels, there was a girl in the class who always left her personal hotspot on, and therefore whenever you went into your emails and that, I remember my iPhone was set to automatically scan for Wi-Fi networks, and it always bring hers up at the top, and it was called Sexy Emily's iPhone. And that always used to make me chuckle, the fact that her iPhone was Sexy Emily's iPhone, and therefore her personal hotspot was Sexy Emily's iPhone. Now, the question is though, Rob, was she telling the truth or was she exaggerating when she named her phone? You know, you don't know that, do you? You don't. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? Anyway, but Sexy Emily's iPhone, what a name for your Wi-Fi.
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast Podcast.
And you know this TikTok prat, Mizey, as Piers Morgan called him, an utter moron. He tells Piers Morgan in an interview, I do what I want after a pathetic £365 fine for pranks. Obviously, if he feels that he can do what he wants, then he'll have absolutely no objection to someone doing what they want when he crosses the wrong person for one of his TikTok videos.
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
7:12 morning then, Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Welcome to Friday. I hope that you are well this Friday, and I hope you're looking forward to something exciting over the bank holiday weekend as well. Could be the hottest day of the year so far on Sunday. Although, right, that's in the news right now. Could be the hottest day of the year so far. Highs today at 21. Highs tomorrow at 21. And highs Sunday across Slough at 20. In my head, and I'm not a genius, but in my head I can do basic arithmetic. 21 is one more than 20. Therefore, it cannot be the hottest day of the year on Sunday across Slough. If the weather forecast that I am looking at right now is correct, today 21, tomorrow 21, Sunday 20. Sunday can't be the hottest day of the year then, can it?
Mark Denham at Breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
We are talking about autographs today as we head into the bank holiday weekend. I would like to know the strangest thing that you've ever seen autographed. Maybe you've seen somebody autograph it, or you've seen it for sale on eBay or other internet auction sites or that, or memorabilia places. Or alternatively, what is the strangest thing that you have ever been asked to autograph? And it's on air at atomradio.co.uk. If you'd like to get involved this morning, that is what you do. Drop me an email and I'll read it. No matter whether it gets read out on the air or not, because I can't get through them all. I promise you that I do read them all. Morning, Ollie, and happy Friday to you, my friend. Ollie says, I was punished on the last school day of term. It was the end of year 11. And I decided to ask all my friends to sign my school shirt. And the intention was that I was going to take it home and frame it. And yet the school teachers, when I did this at break on the last day of the school term, I got sent to the headmaster's office and told that in order to return to class, I had to put on a t-shirt from the lost property bin, or I had to sit outside the headmaster's office until the end of the day for breaking dress code. What a boring headmaster. It's the last day of term, for heaven's sake. What a very boring headmaster you had back in the day, Ollie. And if Ollie's headmaster is still teaching now, just know that that was very, very wrong and very, very boring.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
Now, going back to the utter moron on TikTok, it's going to happen, isn't it? At the moment, he's just picking on people that are scared, but that one day he's going to pick on someone for the likes and that, and they're going to say, oh, no, I'm not having this, and they'll take matters into their own hands. He says he does what he likes, therefore he can't complain if they do what they like in order to stop what he's doing. Can't complain, can he? And going back to the signing things as well, do you know, a friend of mine got in trouble on the last day of school, year 11 as well, for exactly the same thing. So they signed each other's shirts and they all got in trouble for graffitiing, it was called then. We had yesterday we had the uniform policy breaching, but no, this was graffitiing she got in trouble for. I don't know why head teachers can't have some leniency towards the end of the term. Thank you for checking out the podcast. It's Bank Holiday Monday, so the show's back on Tuesday. Make sure you listen live.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.